Tell a story, old or new, jolly ones will always do. Come along, there's room for you on Mr. Jerry's Playtime. Yes, it's story time, so let's sit down and listen to the story of the 3 goats and the bee. Once there was a boy who had 3 goats. All day they leaped and pranced and skipped and climbed up on the rocky hill. But at night the boy drove them home. One night, when he went to meet them, the frisky things leaped into a turnip field, and he couldn't get them out. So what did he do but sit down on the hillside and cry?
Why do you cry?
It was a rabbit that came hopping down the road.
I cry because I can't get the goats out of the turnip field. You can't? Why, I'll do it,
said the rabbit helpfully, and he hopped into the field and began to talk to the goats. But they paid no attention. So the rabbit, too, sat down and cried. Along came a fox.
Hello, Rabbit. Why do you cry? I cry because the boy cried, and the boy is crying because he can't get his goats out of the turnip field.
Well, I'll get them out for you, said the fox, and he looked his way into the field. Say, why do you stay in this dried-up old turnip field? The turnips are much sweeter down the road a piece, he said to the goats. But he couldn't fool the goats into leaving, so he sat down beside the boy and the rabbit and began to cry, too. Now a wolf came along.
Why do you cry?
He asked, and the fox answered,
I cry because the rabbit cries, and the rabbit cries because the boy cries, and the boy cries because he can't get the goats out of the turnip field. Watch me do it,
boasted the wolf, and he bounded over the fence and snapped and nipped at the heels of the goats, but they just ran around and around the field and refused to leap the fence. So the wolf sat down beside the others and began to cry, too. A bee came flying over the hill and saw them all sitting there crying. Why do you cry? She asked the wolf.
I cry because the fox cries, and the fox cries because the rabbit cries, and the rabbit cries because the boy cries, and the boy cries because he can't get the goats out of the turnip field.
Oh, is that all? I'll do it. And the boy and the rabbit and the fox and the wolf all stopped crying and began to laugh at the tiny bee. You do it, teased the wolf.
You tiny little creature that you are, when we couldn't make them come out.
But the tiny bee flew away into the turnip field and lit right on the ear of one of the goats and whispered, "Zoom, zoom." And out ran the goats, every one.